clearly all done different and interesting things. So now what I want to talk about is what your favorite events have been to attend as an alum.
My favorite events that I've attended as an alumni member would be the annual events. Like I said, the Thanksgiving dinner event is one of my favorites, just because it's really relaxed and everyone's just there to hang out. Another annual event that Epsilon Xi holds is the Founders Day Formal, and I always go to that. I am a founder of Epsilon Xi, so it's kind of cool to come back and see how big everything is and see everyone all dressed up, and just excited to end the school year.
I mean, I like the Regent conferences. The only undergraduate planned events that I go to as an alum, except for the odd visiting a chapter for something. And obviously Syracuse is much closer than Oklahoma, but it's still not, you know, convenient to drop by. So I don't go to Syracuse very often. But I feel like the Regent conferences are really great. They're a local opportunity for alumni to just drop in and see, you know, reconnect with undergrads, and I always have a good time when I go to ERC.
I really like going to the Regent events, especially when I get to be part of an alumni panel. There's something really great about feeling useful, because a lot of times when we go to those things, there's 2 or 3 of us that know each other, and we don't know any of the undergrads, or we don't know many of the undergrads, but being able to share what we know, like even like this, the things we've done that we've enjoyed or whatever, makes me feel like I'm part of it.
Because I also try to go to regional conferences, whether it's my own region, Philly Metro. I've been fortunate to go to a couple outside of the New Jersey, New York area. So just to kind of get to, like you mentioned, give back and kind of interact, whether it's through a panel or round tables or just different ideas, because even I've been a brother for a while and I still hear new ideas that kind of I can go, oh, I can bring that to my chapter, or I can just bring that to NYMAAC, I can bring that just to my overall experience as a brother. So I always enjoy kind of the give and take that you kind of get from those type of events. And then I'm really big into the ritual, so I always try to come back to my chapter for, like I mentioned, initiation. I also try to go to at least a couple recruitment events. My chapter, similarly to Kate's at Gamma Phi, is relatively small, low double digits. We also have very few males, so I try to just provide that presence of, hey, there's guys in this chapter as well. You guys can join us and have a lot of fun.
Tom, do you guys invite alumni to your inductions?
Yes, we do.
Awesome.
So what the alumni chairs tend to do is send out 1 or 2 emails a semester that say, hey, these are the big events that are coming up. Here are the dates. We'd love to see you there.
Awesome.
And we realize a lot of people can't make it.
Yeah, the ones that kind of are like events geared for alumni are always fun, because then, you know, people, I think, you know, people make an effort to talk to the alumni since that's what they're there for. And I'm sure I would enjoy a regional conference, but I've never been to one as an alumni, and I liked them as an undergrad, so.
Courtney is new to our e-board, so she is learning the things that we're going to be dragging her to. I'm encouraging her to join us for. Like you were talking about the annual events, I know there are a lot of chapters that have big service events annually. I know that schools like University of Florida and their dance marathons often get involvement. So that's another thing that I know works out really well. And the other thing that I would like is to ask Tom to tell us about the event that you guys just had.
Well, we actually had 2 events this semester. So our school is really big on people coming back for homecoming. So we aim to have a tailgate for both the brothers and the alumni, where everybody can come together in one location and just enjoy each other's company on a day where everybody comes back and enjoys school spirit. And then a couple weeks ago, we actually just had a celebration for our 25th Founders Day, where we had alumni that we actually had our founder there, and we had about 80 alumni attend as well.
I barely know 80 alumni.
80? I don't know 80 people. Like, people in general.
Okay, so on the flip side of events that are awesome, and I'm sure we could go into more, and we will. Let's talk about events that you would prefer not to attend.
Well, I went to formal like once, right, like the year after I graduated, and that was a mistake. I just happened to be visiting some friends at the time, and I was like, well, it's formal weekend, so I'll just go. But you know that, the formal is very much about like end of the semester or end of the year, and it's very much about the undergrads and their moment, and you know, you kind of feel out of place, or at least I did. So I feel like that's one I wouldn't repeat.
For me, it's the events that I know that alumni aren't going to be that involved with. I know some of our some social events or even scholarship or even service where there's not a whole lot of interaction. That's not something that I would prefer to attend.
I guess just to put a positive spin on it, any event that the chapter holds can be appropriate for alumni. So I guess just like I mentioned that, you know, the formal might not have been the best event, and Courtney said the same thing, but it could be if there were maybe like a significant portion of alumni coming, or if the chapter were, you know, thinking about, oh, alumni are coming, how can we make them feel welcome? So I think if the chapter knows when alumni are coming and all of the brothers are made aware of it, and if they make some effort to reach out, then any event can be a great experience for alumni.
So I think that what we're establishing here is there's not a whole lot that we wouldn't like to show up for, as long as we know that our presence will be embraced and welcome.
I'm just gonna
like lay out a red carpet. You know, we don't think that highly of ourselves. It's just
Well, I need a red carpet.
yeah.
You might not.
I'm just gonna chime in. The reason our Founders Day celebration was so successful was because the undergraduate brothers reached out to the alumni at the event and sat with them and had dinner with them and talked about their lives, and the alumni got to know the undergraduate brothers, and it rekindled their love for the fraternity.
I've definitely been to even alumni events that just weren't heavily attended by alumni. Having been there on both sides, I know as an undergrad how awkward it is when these old people you've never met just suddenly show up and you don't know what to say to them. But I just want to share that we feel that the alumni feel just as awkward and don't know what to do, and all it takes is someone saying, hi, what's your name, what do you do? And most of us, if you ask us what we do, will talk longer than you necessarily expect or maybe want.
I guess that's the what's your major now, is what do you do?
Yeah.
Don't you